See if Mysterious Monkeys want to take a page from that book of strategy and how they're going to deal with Fnatic and what they can bring to the table. Tahm Kench, Shen taken away already.
Zach ban probably coming from Fnatic, so they don't have to first pick it if they want to get something like Kennen. At least if they're sticking to the trend we saw against H2K. Rek'Sai ban against Amazing. Obviously, they know a lot about him. He's an old school Rek'Sai player as well.
Hey, we haven't seen you in a while, but we're going to take a quick guess as to what your champion pool probably is, of course.
See, I like the bans here from Mysterious Monkeys. I actually think the two main picks for sOAZ, it is Galio and Shen, because they allow him to really help Rekkles in the sides. Give him a Gragas, you can deal with that easier than the Galio Shen. We got that Zac ban, so now Fnatic can go ahead and first pick their Kennen if they want it, or Thresh is obviously another very important pick for them.
Has been a big pick for Jesiz as well. Will be the first lock-in. Mysterious Monkeys now need to sort out what they want. Still some solid junglers up and available, but a lot of target bans coming in already. The Tahm Kench, the Rek'Sai. A lot of tanky top laners taking up the board. Maybe they are going to go for something more aggressive. They're playing Kikis.
I mean, there's Kha'Zix, Lee Sin, the two junglers we're kind of looking at mainly. That we know Broxah wants to play. Gragas is a flex pick right now. It's a steal away from sOAZ. They're trying to eliminate his tank champion pool, Drakos. Obviously, sOAZ is fine playing carries as well. It's just not always been the most successful style for Fnatic.
Have to see if Fnatic can adapt that in the draft, or if they'll find a different tank to opt to put him on. Gragas away, Xayah away as well without the Rakan.
Well, we know Rakan can come in next for Mysterious Monkeys if they want to pick it, and they can actually get the combination now that Thresh is already shown on the side of Fnatic. Kha'Zix is probably the go-to choice for Broxah. Doesn't really have to change the champion pool a whole lot. Kennen is still available if they want to play that. Oh, what a surprise! Fnatic wants to play Kennen. Yeah, the crowd is like, wow, shocker. These are like the three most standard Fnatic picks ever. Oh, we're just missing the Shen, technically.
Yes, now they banned that away officially, but it's going to be the Xayah, Rakan, Gragas. Now, these are picks that we're kind of always excited to see the Xayah and Rakan paired together, but of course, going up against the tried and true Fnatic comfort picks that you can't really afford to ban them all out here, and Fnatic going to get definitely the lion's share of picks they want.
But what I like about Mysterious Monkeys' draft here is they have a bot lane that you can gank. You can camp that bot lane. Rakan is so good at setting up the ganks against both Kennen and Thresh, and that was something Rocket managed to do last week when they actually took down Fnatic. So I want to see, obviously, a jungler that can go and gank in the early game. It could be Lee Sin from Amazing, if they want to put this Gragas top lane for Kikis, or you just give him the Gragas and you go down level 6 in the bottom lane and you try and make a big play.
Interesting, too, to see how they use Kikis on this team. Will he be the carry that he was on Fnatic Academy?
I love Mysterious Monkeys and their bans, man. Like, Corgi and LeBlanc, in my opinion, are also two of the key mid laners for Fnatic's playstyle, because they allow caps to both push aggressively and then roam.
It's a little eerie, Deficio, because we definitely wrote a list of, like, all right, what picks does Fnatic need to be successful? When we were talking about what made them so good earlier this weekend. Definitely Shen, Galio, Corki, and LeBlanc were all on that list.
They were high priority picks. Now, obviously, Fnatic have been successful with other things as well, but some of these guys here really fit the Fnatic playstyle. There might be someone talking about that later in the show as well. I like this pick here for CozQ. He needs something where he can actually just make sure he doesn't fall behind in the early game.
And the other thing I really love about it is we still do not know where the Gragas is going to go. So if they want to put a carry in the top lane, they have saved that final pick for Kikis, and they're going to see everything Fnatic wants to bring.
So Taliyah, Aurelion Sol, still some roaming champions available for caps in the mid lane. He goes with the Taliyah this time around. Kind of the same as with a Corki and with a LeBlanc. You can push and you can leave the lane. And top lane, sOAZ needs to now show what he wants to play blind. It is Jarvan. Fiora is banned away, so that is a good thing for Fnatic, and obviously why they can take this Jarvan blind here. You can still pick Rumble if you want for Kikis top lane.
Not quite the Akali, not quite the crazy carry pick, but definitely...
Oh, baby!
Okay. What? Okay, all right. Aatrox isn't dead, guys.
Well, we haven't seen him yet in-game.
No, but
Could still be dead.
Someone picked him. No longer dead. Hop on Reddit. Let the world know.
Yeah.
Aatrox is back in the top lane for Kikis into J4. Now, he has to know something we do not, Deficio, because last I checked, this pick got worse with the changes that most recently came out. It got harder to fill that blood well. He got maybe even weaker in a lot of stages of the game. What?
I mean, the talk about him is, so I know from solo queue that some top laners really like to play him because he's still so hard to stop as a split pusher. Like, he has sustain, he has good single target damage, he even has an escape if needed. So I can definitely see a game where Kikis is like, I'm just gonna sit in the side lane all game long.
And to be fair, last time we saw Aatrox was spring 2015. Like the era of European Aatrox, and now it's coming back. And there's
We were the only region to play it.
We were, and there's a lot to talk about here, folks. But you know we're gonna be focusing in on that Aatrox. But if you guys want to show your support for the teams, hashtag FNC win, hashtag MM win, as we get ready here for game one.
It's just typical Kikis. You know, we were sitting and also preparing for this and being like, last time we saw Kikis, he played a Kali top lane, kind of out of nowhere. He's a man who's always had very strong opinions about some of these hidden picks and how good they can be, but he was rarely on a team that allowed him to always play them. Now, Kikis will be one of the strong voices on this mysterious Monkeys lineup.
All right. All right. The Fnatic fans are out in force today. Ever since they came back to dominance in Europe, more and more fans cropping up, happy to show their support for the winning Fnatic team through thick and thin. Now the question is, are Fnatic going to be the first team to lose to an Aatrox?
That is definitely a good question.
In a very long time.
So, obviously, Jarvan was blind picked. Now, Jarvan is a champion that actually has a lot of different counter picks, because Jarvan, in his laning phase, if he starts falling behind, which is not that hard, like to kind of punish him early game, he becomes so weak because he's basically built around all-inning. Like, in order for him to kill you, he needs to completely all-in you, you know, EQ, ulti, everything. But if he's actually weaker than you at that point, when he all-ins, you just kind of turn around and kill him. And then suddenly he can't actually play the laning phase very well, and he just has to kind of surrender most of the pressure on top side. So if this Aatrox gets the upper hand, I can see Kikis just laugh in the face of sOAZ.
And with the new Aatrox Bloodwell passive, once it's active and you're in combat, it just stays up. You continue to get those bonuses. So if sOAZ wants to all in, Kikis does, to be fair, have a champion that's very good at fighting in those extended skirmishes. You can see, though, two incredibly historic players coming onto the Mysterious Monkeys lineup. No doubt that they are veteran talent, and both of them with their own history in the Fnatic org.
Always good to see some of the old guys returning. Amazing, obviously want to prove something. Last time he didn't have the most successful run in the LCS when he was on Fnatic here in the Spring Split, and was obviously replaced, as we highlighted earlier, by Broxah on the other side. A little fun little matchup to follow there. Old versus new, and Kikis, a guy that I think most people are kind of like, hey, he deserves to be in the LCS. Like, he's definitely good enough to be in the LCS, but after the Fnatic Academy thing happened where they weren't picked up by NIP, he didn't really have a team, and I was kind of waiting for the right moment.
Very true. Now has it. Of course, there's so many important matchups in this game, but it's hard to put your eyes anywhere but top lane with such a polarizing pick as Aatrox. Broxah, though, will be spotted out in the jungle, means he may not get pressure down on the top side, and for now, top lane very passive. Kikis down a little bit of experience. Currently has the Bloodthirst Blood Price, so the W, but no other abilities to really start a fight or to stack up the Bloodwell quite yet.
So what we should see from Kikis is Bladed Ruin King is your first item, Black Cleaver becomes your second item, and then, as I said earlier, your 1v1 is really strong. A lot of sustain, good damage against this one guy right in front of you, and you try and focus on being very strong in that side lane. So it should be very interesting to see. Earlier on, Kikis not really making any moves. Caps in the mid lane is trying.
Trading back and forth, nothing really blown on either side. Just a trade. CozQ gets the Thunderlord's proc, but still not a ton of damage going over.
And we talked so much about this in Champs League, about how like this was such a standard Fnatic comp. You know, they have the Kennen, as always. They have this support for Jesiz where he can create picks, he can be active on the map. And Caps is on a champion that can push and roam. So we should see something like that from Caps at level 6, being it either towards the top lane to try and kill Kikis. Broxah is a man who likes to gank top level 4. I wonder who's in that little brush right there. Oh, it's Broxah. If you've done your homework, you know that he likes to sit top lane. So Kikis, don't randomly flash forward.
Kikis?
Plays a ward. Plays a ward.
Kikis? Oh, Broxah stopped his back. Maybe he knows and he's teasing him. Maybe he's just that next level.
He also knows that sOAZ has stopped actually pushing the wave completely, so Kikis is kind of like, I wonder if he wants me to push this lane all of a sudden, so there's a jungler who could gank me. Caps is up here now, because if it didn't work with one guy, you send in the other guy, I guess.
Oh. Throws down the Blades of Torment. A little bit of damage just out to Caps, but spotted now on the top side.
That was actually super risky by Caps. I'm not sure if he planned on jumping over that wall.
The Gragas right there, Aatrox with his own CC to boot. I definitely could have cost him at least a flash, but is lucky enough to make it out unscathed. Amazing remains focused on just clearing the jungle and keeping up with the early clear of Kha'Zix. And in Deficio, we talked a lot about the bot lane being a potential avenue that Mysterious Monkeys could focus. They have a ton of engage potential here with the Xayah Rakan, but is this something that when you have a Gragas in the jungle, you can focus early on?
You can, like, Gragas to me is kind of like a shotgun jungler. Like, he has that one massive gank where he body slam flashes in, you guarantees the kill. And that's something you can look to do on the bottom side, 100%. Obviously, Amazing would prefer to get level 6 first and then go for it, and that's okay, because Fnatic, as a team, they don't really rely on, you know, ganking level 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to win these games. They're okay actually sometimes playing a little bit slower early games, and then once you have a power spike on Rekkles, then you make a big play on the bottom side. And
interesting, often being the shotgun themselves, right? That single huge play with the Kennen, with these major engaged picks that give Fnatic a lead. And then once they get that lead over you, it feels like it's impossible to come back. And of course, saw there briefly on the side, Jesiz, this Thresh, definitely a comfort pick for him, one that he's found immense success on.
Mid lane, Drakos.
Oh, leap forward, CozQ over to the brush, but that's going to be trouble for Caps. That's so much damage going down, flashing out with the red buff. No, yes, the auto comes in. It is the 1-for-1 trade. Broxah going to grab the kill.
Broxah got the first blood as well right there, jumping over the wall. So basically everyone knew kind of what was going to happen in mid lane. A 2v2 fight started instantly, and Caps just staying alive with the barrier actually meant they had enough time to take down CozQ before Caps died as well. Jesiz just wants to set that minion up for his AD carry. Now all in.
Engage, Rekkles potentially in trouble. Deadly Plumage does come out. Rekkles now running for his life. Dreams throwing down as much damage as he can. They set their sights on Jesiz instead. Stun goes in, disengage comes out.
There's another reason I really like these engage bot lanes against Fnatic here. Jesiz does like to play aggressive in lane. You see there his hook goes on cooldown, and instantly Mysterious Monkeys, they just engage onto Rekkles. They know they can win the trade 2v1, and they go all in. And we're going to see this more and more. Now you're going to add in a jungler later. And Mysterious Monkeys might try and just snowball this bottom side.
Moving forward. Broxah just... You have to assume Fnatic, knowing exactly where Mysterious Monkeys were, still take the risk here, however. Does not pay off. Red buff surely would have finished it.
Oh, Kikis!
Ooh, quick flash reactions from Broxah coming in. The ward over the wall, I think, giving him the information he needed. And Kikis so hungry for blood, but man, incredibly close to securing that kill.
All right, Broxah stays alive for now. Kikis no flash, but obviously as Aatrox, you do still have an escape. CozQ once again looking for another trade against Caps, and these guys do not stop hitting each other. Amazing.
I mean, threaded volley. Look, Gragas is aggressive, kind of bullshy, you know, wants to get in there. Now CozQ has to be careful. Threaded volley comes out. Ultimate goes in as well. Amazing goes over the wall. What is happening? Just 1-for-1s everywhere across the map. sOAZ leaps in. Already used the Cataclysm, but Jesiz is on the way. Maybe they're looking to chain the CC together. Amazing turns back for a moment, throws back the cask. Make sure that there's no follow-up. Body slam in front, tries to cancel the flag and drag, tries to read it, but no, down goes Amazing. Fnatic chased the kill.
Yeah, the wall is pretty thick down there. You gotta go a bit further up north before you can actually move over. In the end, that's now 2 kills over to Fnatic, 1 kill for Mysterious Monkeys in that little trade. I'm not sure how sOAZ managed to sneak his way down to the mid lane. Obviously, Mysterious Monkeys were sitting there being like, multiple guys are missing, we don't know where the jungle is, support, top lane, everything. Another mid lane trade happens, and Fnatic getting an Infernal Drake as well. Very good start from them.
Definitely. You have the Taliyah, the Jarvan, the Kha'Zix, Kennen, everyone happy to have those additional stats on the side of Fnatic, and really just traded for the TP for sOAZ. He just TPs back to the top side, loses a bit of tower damage, but things all working out for Fnatic in the end.
Yeah, so at this point here, Mysterious Monkeys, they don't actually know where sOAZ is, but they go for this kill onto Caps, and then of course sOAZ comes in, trades it on the way out. I like what Amazing is trying to do, like, okay, I'm gonna knock, you know, Jesiz away so I can maybe escape against just one guy, but sadly he's
watch the body slam
right there.
Yeah, just not sure what the prediction was there. Maybe a little too eager, trying to time it, trying to make sure he could dodge away from sOAZ, but not the right direction, not the right part of the wall.
Still got 1 kill, 1 assist, so despite that 1 mistake, it's been a good early start from Amazing back in the LCS, and he's looking towards top side now. I think you can really set up an easy gank bot lane against Jesiz with no flash as Rakan and Xayah.
Interesting. We were wondering if Amazing and Kikis would just stick together, if these were going to be the guys that would just try to force plays. We have to set our eyes on top side, though.
Yeah, remember, Aatrox can dive pretty easily.
Moving forward, Bloodwell is up. He can get the revive if he has it. sOAZ going to try to flag and drag back through. Gets body slam. Doesn't even proc the Bloodwell. Kikis, nice dive.
And that's why Mysterious Monkeys are looking top lane. They know, okay, Aatrox, you can tank the tower. We actually have enough damage to kill this Jarvan. As we talked about earlier, Jarvan is very squishy. It's very hard for him to stay alive. And Mysterious Monkey is saying we can now go bot lane after. First, little detour to top lane.
And we gotta say, now a gold lead for Mysterious Monkeys here in the early game. The kill trades are now even, but the tower difference very impactful, and the Infernal Drake just does not make up for it yet. And a little bit as predicted there from sOAZ. Thought he might get some attention on the top side, definitely coming through.
I mean, it could have happened level 3, 4, 5 almost, but they waited until that ulti was ready from Kikis. Or
yeah.
It's passive, so.
Passive, yeah. Had to have the Bloodwell up. Nice to have the revive. Didn't need it in the end, but still good.
Good safety, good safety.
And that's the worst thing, right? Is because even if that had gone slightly wrong, Kikis would have just come back to life. They would have just traded tower aggro.
I like this start, though, from Mysterious Monkeys. Very different from what we've seen so far in the LCS. Obviously, they seem to have a clear game plan. Play mid lane first, then focus top when we can go for the easy dive. And you can see some of the calling, you know, from people like Amazing and Kikis kicking in. These guys have been playing for many, many years, so not a surprise that they're able to quickly join a team and actually have an impact.
Yeah, definitely seeing improvement quite quickly for the roster. We'll see if it maintains as we get later into the game. For now, though, Jez is happy to leave Rekkles alone on the bottom side of the map where he pushes in and clears out a bit of the vision. Double control wards surrounding the mid lane, setting up CozQ for a safe laning phase. Something that could be very important as CozQ has struggled a little bit in past weeks. And for now, honestly, a very calm map. Two teams that are very even. The gold lead not big enough yet.
So if you want to play Aatrox in solo queue and make other people either very happy or very unhappy.
What? Don't tell them. Don't. No. No one wants this. Don't.
The skill order
no.
You're going for, or at least what Kikis is going for in this game, is here. Very early on, he gets 2 ranks in his W, the Bloodthirst. And then after he starts maxing Blade's Torment, obviously the little fancy AoE you shoot forward. And again, rush play the Rune King, guys. And then all you do is tell your team to not die. And you just become a monster in the 1v1. The European Aatrox is back. This is how we take down SKT.
1 game, 1 kill, that's all it takes, folks. Aatrox
it's
back
successful
in
so
the
far.
meta.
You can't flame it. It's winning the lane.
Is it going to win this steal, though?
He's going to try and 1v3.
Can leap in. No Bloodwell charges yet, however. Definitely makes it really awkward to start the fight. Needs to get a little bit of wind-up time, and that means the Rift Herald is going to go over. Broxah takes that one. There's now pressure on the top side. Fnatic is moving up. Yuki may get a bot lane tower, but Kikis is going to have to give up the top side here. And this is actually a solid play from Fnatic. Tower trade, but getting the Rift Herald as well.
Yeah, I like Fnatic respecting what could happen in the bottom lane and just swapping top to get both tower and Rift Herald, because they can obviously use that Rift Herald to now get a mid lane tower or a bot lane tower right after here. So they're trying to even out the goal completely. They got the Infernal Drake as well. But we have to remember this 1-3-1 from Fnatic without the Shen or Galio is not as powerful as we've seen in the past. It's not as easy for Rekkles to just sit and split push.
And Rekkles may be able to split push against the Aatrox, but not something that sOAZ can realistically afford to do. That duel only gets harder as we move later. Jesiz may be hungry for some kills on CozQ, but not going to find purchase there with the hook. And Rekkles.
Oh, used it aggressively right there, Kikis.
TP coming in. This is the Fnatic engage play that they love to make. Kikis could be in trouble. Really needs to charge with the Bloodwell so he can get the revive. Isn't going to have the time. Yes, he is. GA essentially coming out for Kikis. That's just not going to be enough. Dark Flight. The European Aatrox is definitely back.
It's down. It's down, everyone. He was so greedy for the wave. Oh,
moving forward, knocked back, amazing.
Talking about greed, Caps right there, walking straight into the lane, not respecting Amazing and the rest of Mysterious Monkeys. Jesiz looking for the hook.
Not going to find it, so he's going to do what he can to clear the wave. 3 members here, but not a massive wave for them to pressure out on the tower. And Amazing, unfortunately, so he can't push for a little bit more, but gotta say, solid mechanics coming in from Amazing on that dive play.
Look at the reaction though, top lane from Fnatic. When they see that jump forward, they just instantly TP in and go for that play. Amazing will not get the red buff. Mysterious Monkeys will back out, and Rekkles, he's sitting top lane for now, but obviously realizes he needs to go back and get that play of the Rune King.
And we have to praise Fnatic for just the insane amount of vision control on the top side. If they want to split push, they are set up to do so. Wards in the lane, control wards, and all the major bushes the enemy team can move through. It'll be very difficult for Mysterious Monkeys to fight any kind of favorable fight on the top side with all that vision.
So if you are the Mysterious Monkeys, when you know Rekkles goes to that side lane, you need to be able to hard engage elsewhere on the map. Mid lane is the preferred choice. You see Caps right in front of you on this Taliyah, trying to wave clear. When Rekkles is showing himself in that side lane, Rakan just pops ulti, flash, and jumps straight onto this Taliyah. You can therefore take him down and actually secure that mid lane tower, stopping Rekkles from split pushing. Obviously, Fnatic are trying to make a play on mid tower here. Nice wall from Caps.
Weaver's wall comes out. Another Rip Trail is summoned as well, just stopping them from getting to the wave to clear it out ahead of time. sOAZ going to avoid the engage there coming in, and that means 5 members strong of Fnatic are set to take down the mid lane. Crowd cheers. I mean, that's going to be a clean hit onto the tower. Now it's going to fall, but there's the hook going in. Xayah trying to turn it back. Featherstorm comes out, still alive, but Fnatic definitely in control of the fight thus far. Yuki in trouble, so many low health bars. Can they take him down? Unraveled Earth Caps comes in clutch on the play, and Kikis on the backside, but it may be too little too late. Flash forward, hook, flash out. Fight gonna stop in its tracks, and that's massive advantage to Fnatic.
It all started with Caps setting up that Taliyah wall, stopping Mysterious Monkeys from being in position to actually kill the wave early. Nice Rift Herald as well coming in from Broxah into that mid lane tower. And if you're Mysterious Monkeys, you were hoping that it would be you engaging in the mid lane onto Fnatic, but obviously Rekkles didn't show up in the side lane. He walked straight to mid lane and joined his team for the turret. Cloud Drake in return is all you get.
And you have to praise Fnatic, who can be critical as much as they want about the style that they are playing the game in, but they are incredibly effective at setting up that tower push, using the Taliyah wall ahead of time to block off the path into the mid lane, and then excellent dive.
And to make it even better for Fnatic, Dreams used Flash in that last fight. That is part of the combo to instant engage in the mid lane from a Rakan. This is the wall setup from Caps. They've already made sure everyone is moving towards the mid lane, and Mysterious Monkeys are simply just caught with their pants down. Right here, they react slow too late, and Fnatic gets a really easy push in for this turret.
And just look at the speed at which Fnatic just assemble around the mid lane. Difficult to deal with, but I mean, good play on the Featherstorm, the quickness to try to keep this fight going, but it just unfortunately, when you start on the back foot like that, when a fight starts by you getting hooked, you just can't win.
And if you are the Monkeys, just step away. You know, the tower is gone. You can't defend it. Leave it. Let it die. Don't risk this happening, because that was actually your next play. Was going to be using that flash from Rakan to force a kill in mid against Fnatic, or maybe go and gank Rekkles in that side. Because now you can see the setup from Fnatic. Kennen top lane, Jarvan bot lane, Taliyah sitting mid lane. So you have 3 lanes where if you don't do anything, all 3 will start being super hard to deal with, because there's going to be so much pressure coming from Fnatic in multiple of these lanes. Only Kikis can win his lane right now. And that's why you need that hard engage from Rakan.
Definitely do, but right now they're lucky that the only deficit that they're suffering is the lack of engage from Rakan, because the gold is still relatively close. Aatrox still a threat onto the J4 for now, but the Kha'Zix with 3 kills, Kennen doing so well is a rough start for Fnatic, or for Mysterious Monkeys, rather.
You're right. Let's see bot lane here. Taliyah on the way.
Moving forward. Kikis trying to get a little bit of damage down. Now in trouble. Not going to get a chance to block the GA.
European Aatrox.
Well, gets the phage on the back, but just a little bit unfortunate there. Nice coordination from Fnatic to shut him down, but not the start that Kikis wanted.
It's again the kind of it's a kind of setup we mentioned here, where Fnatic have 2 lanes winning and Mysterious Monkeys have 1 lane winning. So when the 1 lane winning, aka the Aatrox, is pushing forward, he's always open to a very easy gank, because no one else from Mysterious Monkeys can actually move with Fnatic to the bottom lane. And as soon as Mysterious Monkeys get pushed back in the mid lane, Aatrox actually needs to leave. The fact that Kikis stays is just his own fault, and that's why he dies without getting any help. And this will keep happening. Fnatic will keep having Rekkles push 1 lane, Taliyah push the other one, and even if sOAZ gets pushed in, well, then you can go and gank the Aatrox, because you have the map pressure.
And this has to be frustrating, especially for a team like Mysterious Monkeys, relatively new, right, with new members, but to be picked apart like this in the 1-3-1.
I mean, now they have some of the tools. Now, Yuki's in the bottom lane. Once again, it's Fnatic pushing mid first, meaning they can call, okay, careful guys, these guys are moving. We can see them leave the mid lane. Don't go for the dive, okay? Fnatic steps away, because they just saw Syndra and Gragas leave mid lane instantly. Now's the moment, though, for Mysterious Monkeys. Flash is almost ready on Rakan. Flash is ready on Amazing. If Fnatic fans out in 1-3-1, you should find somewhere to engage.
You have the Dark Flight from Kikis, the Force of Will coming in with the Scat of the Week from CozQ. Tons of engage options.
No flash on Caps. It is so easy to kill him right now and then force down this mid tower and force Fnatic to stop the 1-3-1.
And maybe something Fnatic are aware of, because Jesiz is playing very far back, ready to throw in that Lantern if necessary, but if a cast comes in and knocks him away, it may not be enough. For now, Mysterious Monkey's just pushing it on the top side, though, may lay down a bit of vision here.
And you can see Fnatic are respecting this. They're all backing away. None of them are like pushing super aggressively. Rekkles leaves his top lane. sOAZ is the only man in the bottom lane right now pushing forward, where Kikis should be. Kikis should have been down in this lane already. He has TP. There's no reason to give up this free tower. You win this 1v1 as Aatrox, and you have TP available. So this is just a free turret for Fnatic that Mysterious Monkeys did not have to sacrifice.
Maybe just a little too eager to force something here on the side of Mysterious Monkeys. Eager to find a play that'll get them back in the game, but for now, trying to force something greater is going to give them yet another deficit here up against Fnatic. Gold lead will extend to about 2K, a little bit more than, as a matter of fact. And
they know what they have to do right now. They're like, guys, group together, try and engage in the mid lane. That's our way to break down this 1-3-1. But they're making it so obvious.
And the issue is Fnatic know that too, and Fnatic are playing with them. They're sending a few members mid, trying to think that they may get an opportunity, but not pushing too far forward. Kikis, maybe find an opportunity for the 1v1. No vision, though.
And if you actually put on the Mysterious Monkeys vision right now, the fact that they don't know where someone like... Actually, they do have a wall on Rekkles. Never mind, they could actually see him.
The fact that they don't know exactly where Rekkles is right now.
Good
proactive warning for Mysterious Monkeys. Got to say the ward in the lane as well as the ward in the brush there. Jesiz will clear it out a little bit, but for now, the Monkeys have the appropriate information.
Yeah, for now they do have it. They have good wards on top side as well, but normally when you don't know where Rekkles is, expect him to be in your side lane, killing you, ganking you.
Oh, sOAZ potentially in trouble here. Blade of the Torment comes out. Bloodwell now stacked up. Extra base AD going to make it a lot easier to dish out the damage. Flash forward. Blade of the Torment goes wide. That's massive. Dark Flight. When is it going to be up? He needs to hit something. Passive does reset. Going to keep it going. Flag and drag out to safety. And unfortunately for Kikis, that's all she wrote. Flash still up for sOAZ as well. That is not the result he wanted.
But now Mysterious Monkeys can engage in the mid lane because they see Rekkles top lane, so they have so many guys sitting ready. They just got to pull the trigger.
Wave clear, comes out. Cap says no for now. Amazing waiting for that next wave. They may not have enough time, however.
Do not pull the trigger instantly, despite Kikis being able to move, sOAZ being back in base, and Rekkles being top lane. It's one of those moments where, even if it is a bit risky, you gotta go for it.
Both onto Amazing, knockback, decent damage from the Unraveled Earth. TP coming in from sOAZ, has the flash as well. Keep your eyes out for the Cataclysm Dreams, trying to keep the engaged going. Flag and drag forward, moving forward onto Yuki 60. sOAZ now has to run for his life. CozQ on the front lines. Watch Rekkles, not going to look for the engage, not going to look for the flash halt. Kikis on the side as well. Favorable trade for Fnatic, but just a trade of cooldowns.
Also TP gone from sOAZ right now. Kikis saved his, did not use it in the fight. That's huge for Mysterious Monkeys if they can try and maybe set up a split push into a potential Baron play for them. Fnatic, though, are playing this very safe, and that's a lot of credit to Fnatic for really understanding how Mysterious Monkeys can win this game, and they're playing around it very well.
Good to see them give respect to their opponents as the second solo Drake picked up by Kikis, utilizing the lifesteal and the sustain of this Aatrox pick quite well. And now maybe going to look for another 1v1, but has to wait for the Bloodwell to come back up before he is a reliable threat. sOAZ continues to get tankier and tankier here on the top side.
But now you're in that tough spot where you can't stop the Aatrox 1v1, and he has TP and you do not. So if Kikis pushes all the way down to that bot lane tower and Mysterious Monkeys send 4 members to the mid lane, they have 2 winning lanes with the global advantage. That should be very hard for Fnatic to stop.
Now it's all on Mysterious Monkeys to execute, however. Has not been the strongest point in the past. Have to see if the difference between the team week to week can be enough improvement, but still.
It's been rough this game as well, obviously with the new members, and Fnatic has been able to kind of counter it every single time and read the play.
Oh, that'll dance to safety. Not going to risk getting hit by the hook. Amazing, going to take so much damage there in the exchange. Not a lot of follow-up here from Fnatic.
And the Monkeys are in here a little bit too early. They need to wait for Kikis to push first on the bottom lane, because again, no one is going to stop Kikis. They don't actually need to show themselves or potentially fight Fnatic already with the 4v4. As long as they keep the mid lane pushed out and they're close enough to Baron that they can actually walk in and stop a potential Baron start, then they will just have the Aatrox pushing in on the bottom side. Good vision, though, from Fnatic in this area. Holy moly, they have like full control.
They have everything. Now with the mid push, trying to get it as well, but decent vision on 3, 4. Looks like 5 of the members of Mysterious Monkeys now know exactly where they can make a play, and it looks like the answer is onto Kikis. Ultimate comes out. He needs to stay in the fight. He wants to get that GA up and available. The Bloodwell is going to come in. That means he's going to revive. Dream trying to find the engagement of Broxah. That's the start that they wanted. Kikis with the Dark Flight out. Broxah is still alive. Lantern forward side. Step. Auto attack. Not enough. Barrel goes in. Amazing wants that one. Take his spot on the main roster. He'll take your life.
Fnatic are fighting without Rekkles. He's sitting top lane already, killing that tower. This is another fight where Fnatic actually kind of able to outplay and outsmart the Mysterious Monkeys. Caps though.
In trouble. Featherstorm comes out. Lantern is safe. He's exactly where he needs to be again. Now sOAZ is on the backside. Kennen is on the way in. Mysterious Monkeys, they don't even see him coming. They have to back off here.
Yeah, they're pretty low right now. 50% HP and amazing. And Dreams. Rekkles nearby. sOAZ no ulti though.
With flash. Watch for it. There's the stun. Oh, knockback. Beautiful force of will to scatter the weak to save the team, but Dream still may drop. That's the double kill for Caps. Third volley coming out again. Yuki trying to run for his life. Double daggers. And the flash to safety, but Fnatic just in complete control.
Yeah, we're just seeing why Fnatic is a better team than Mysterious Monkeys in this game here. Despite some openings for the Monkeys, Fnatic, they knew exactly what was going to happen. They played around it. They went for that kill onto Kikis in the bottom lane, and then Jesiz with fantastic positioning on Thresh. Amazing. He wants to steal this Baron.
Oh, Flag and Drag not going to connect. They're trying to keep it going with the Cataclysm, but he's going to dash out. No damage comes in from the Unraveled Earth, so we'll stop any Baron attempts coming from Fnatic as well as the bait, but still pressure on Mysterious Monkeys to get down a bit of vision here.
So Kikis has been doing what he can to win the 1v1, but it's never just been him alone in that side, because the rest of his team has no pressure on the map. It's always Fnatic able to make plays like this. Jump down, catch on the Kikis, and again, remember guys, at this point, Rekkles is top lane. This is just 4 Fnatic players, and Mysterious Monkeys, they come in, they take down Broxah in the very end. They actually rush the Baron as well.
Caps trying to wall off the one remaining member, but he's incredibly low. There they go. The quickening, can he get it out? Battle Dance may not be enough. Yes, Dream's still alive, but the kill finally comes in. Kikis now pulling back. That's 2 picked up on the side of Mysterious Monkeys.
They're too low to go back to the Baron, and they actually just return to the lanes. 26 minutes in, still fairly even in gold. 11 kills for Fnatic, 7 for Mysterious Monkeys. It's been a much closer game than I think a lot of people would have expected, if you consider the fact that one team is currently 0-8 in the LCS, and the other one is sitting as #1 in Group A, tied with Misfits Gaming.
And arguably, in many ways, #1 in Europe. Have to see as they progress through cross-group play, but for the Mysterious Monkeys, this is already looking like some improvement for the lineup. But the question is, can they close out? Can they find their first game win? Because definitely not an easy opponent, but the Albus Nox Luna Classic. However, Blades of Torment may have shown on the ward, but it doesn't look like there were any eyes on it from the side of Fnatic. Means that this secret Baron is going. They can see the barrel as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't really look at the Baron right there. Oh, now to see amazing. So now they can just look at the minimap.
7K, 6K getting lower. sOAZ wants to move forward. Can they pick him off before the fight starts? Scatter the weak. They're trying to buy time, but they're just going to leap right out. Oh, and that's one you're going to watch back is amazing and just realize you step 1 foot out of the pit, and now, oh, right into the grave. This is unfortunate for Amazing.
Damn. That couldn't have gone more wrong than it just did.
They had the jump on the secret Baron.
He showed his booty in there, then he tried to recall in a brush where Fnatic would be nearby. The jungler is gone, Mysterious Monkeys, they're trying to fight this one.
Now looking for a little bit more. Scatter the weak. Thunderstorm comes in. That's the wombo. So much damage when the Baron does drop. Can they keep the kills going? Kikis is TPing in. Unraveled Earth will stop the Dark Flight, at least without a shade of damage back. Still advantage for Fnatic for now, but 2 kills for Mysterious Monkeys. Can they get enough to balance out what the Baron buff will provide?
They can finally get their mid lane tower. It's been sitting there laughing at them for 27 minutes now. They've been trying multiple times. Now they will take it down. Rekkles is back in the top lane, but that's pretty easy for Amazing to go up and actually try and kill the wave, meaning the rest of Mysterious Monkeys is still pushing.
Baron buff, though, makes it quite hard to push into the tower, and Caps, of course, never pressured out there. It means he has all the word to ground he wants to clear out the waves. That just backs off, and Mysterious Monkeys, they look good in the fight. They look solid overall, but now they have to play on the back foot for the next 3 minutes, because Fnatic Baron buff just going to give them complete control and exactly what a composition looking to split push wants to have.
So Fnatic with TP this time around. Not Kikis had to use it for that last fight. This is suddenly where Mysterious Monkeys will find themselves pushed really far back. And they still have some hard engage. They have the flashes, but whenever they've had the tools to actually hard engage and try and really force Fnatic to take a bad fight, they've never been able to pull it off. They never actually just pulled the trigger and said, let's go for it. Like, we know we are multiple members here. We know we can get an easy kill.
And how much of this is just being a young team? You look at
all of
Fnatic,
it.
you look at how many fights that people tried to start against them that got turned on them in an instant.
Yep.
It's got to be hard to have the confidence to just go in, even if you feel like you have the advantage.
But this game is just a perfect role review for a team. To like look at and say, okay guys, what should we have done different? When could we have gone in? Who's making the call? Let's see what happens here when another fight.
Comes in, Weaver's wall, trying to get the chain CC going. Dreams with some excellent play to keep the fight going, trying to run out with the quickness, trying to make it out. Jesiz goes down, but it's the trade back and forth. Mid laner for support, not the trade the Monkeys wanted. Tower still in trouble, sOAZ flashes forward. Fearless, Featherstorm comes out, they're going to root him up and make their way out, but he's just buying time for the rest of the lineup. Barrier keeps Caps safe for now, and they're just going to wait for the wave. Yuki and Dreams much too low to come to defense there.
But look at Fnatic here, they're super low as well. And Kikis is pushing in the top lane. Caps is once again playing around with the tower aggro. He stays alive, but they have to go back due to the, of course, the recalls from Mysterious Monkeys. They're already returning. Kikis trying to get that tower as well.
Has to be careful though, because Broxah, Rekkles on the way. Not going to be enough, however.
sOAZ trying to maybe catch him, TPing into that mid lane.
Running on the way. Home guards keep him speedy.
He's fast. He's going to find him. He's
Kikis.
going to find him.
If you go for the classic play over the wall, you could be in trouble. Blast Cone knocks him back, not where he needed to be. Flash to safety though. Kikis will make it out.
That was actually now TP used by sOAZ to try and catch Kikis right there. Teams keep trading small wins on the globals. You know, you use yours, you don't get anything, then we have a small advantage. But at this point in the game, it's often coming down to just a big team fight.
And when we look at it too, gold advantage for Fnatic. 2 Infernal Drakes. It's hard to count them out in a team fight. Xayah, Syndra, of course, going to offer a lot of damage, a lot of the combo potential here in these exchanges, but it's going to require Mysterious Monkeys to set it up, and it's going to require them to pull the trigger.
And we have to remember, Aatrox is not a very strong team-fighting pick. Like, let's see actually what happens here on sOAZ.
Trying to get the pick onto sOAZ, maybe hoping to snare him up. CC comes out, Feathercaller comes back, now backing off. CozQ going to get taken down. Caps. Look at the accuracy there. Must have played COD at some point in his life. Leaps forward, and CC comes back. Yuki now trying to back it out with the Featherstorm. Pulls back, looks like he will get the shutdown in the end. Fnatic, they're just... it came down to that final fight in the end, and it's just not going to move in favor of the Monkeys.
So another good engage from Fnatic. I think Caps on this Taliyah here. He was under a lot of pressure in the early game, but he's bounced back so well. Picking up multiple kills in a row. Nice walls as well. They even catch Amazing.
Amazing. Definitely going to go down here, but Fnatic don't want the kill. They want the towers instead. Caps.
He's alive. He's alive for now. Amazing. He's on his way.
He smells it.
He wants revenge.
Blood in the water. Well,
you took my blue buff.
Take your life. All right, moving forward for more. Fnatic going to break the inhibitor.
Amazing is he's not giving up.
This man has no reason to go back.
He's a crazy ex-girlfriend.
He's got the cloud. Oh. Determined.
And now he's going to go back and realizing he didn't get anything. Caps will walk away with his life.
And with an inhibitor now broken, Deficio, this feels like the moment where Fnatic can close out with confidence. Is there any avenue right now for Mysterious Monkeys to come back?
Aatrox.
Huh.
Probably not at this point, because Kikis will be forced to join his team. So let's see. I actually like this engage a lot. Onto the Jarvan. The problem is that CozQ takes this very greedy route around, and Caps just punishes him so hard for him. And then this wall comes in as well, meaning Yuki is stuck on this side here. And with Rekkles' ulti, yeah, sure, you have your Xayah ulti, but you're obviously going to land at some point, and then you're going to get stunned instantly.
And you got to just wonder, CozQ has to be so frustrating, because he flashes after all that damage comes in for Caps, but the foresight for Caps to just throw that down to try to knock CozQ out of the fight. And as you said, rough early game for Caps, rough early game for a couple members on Fnatic, but definitely cleaning up as we move later.
5k gold lead, again, Fnatic not getting that stomp that maybe some people would have expected coming into this week, but I've seen a lot of people talk a lot about Amazing and Kikis, being very hyped to see them back and actually say this should make Mysterious Monkeys a lot better. I think this game has definitely shown that Mysterious Monkeys have more of a fight in them, despite some of the macro issues as a new team.
Definitely still macro issues present, but definitely an improvement from what we saw last week as well in many cases. That said, Kikis, you want to make a splash in your first game. Well, one way to do it is definitely to pick Aatrox.
Next game, Urko top.
Do you know something I don't, or are you just guessing random chain things?
I mean, it was played once in NA, so who knows? Maybe it's a meta pick. Maybe it's a meta pick.
I love the lack of confidence this season in the meta pick. We got Xerxes playing Hecarim. We got Aatrox in the top lane.
You never know anymore, man.
Everything's open. anything could be viable. Well, right now, Fnatic looks to make a push onto the top side. Hook does not connect. sOAZ takes so much damage. Trying to dissuade any further engages, but all the engaged tools...
Look at bot lane, though. That Kikis win condition. He's going forward.
Oh, amazing. Gonna throw in the cast. Gonna try to make it out. Body Slam still gonna take him to safety. Now knock back to the team. They're looking to keep the fight going. Dream's gonna knock up 4 members and leap right back out. Kikis now taking down the tower as well. The heal comes out. Ooh, no isolation proc. CozQ not taking it as well. This is...
If it's sOAZ's bot lane, but he can't take this fight. Kikis will win it for sure.
The Bloodwell is active. You cannot fight Kikis right now. Cap's trying to make a play, trying to turn this one back. Can he get anything? Will get the kill, but is it enough? Now they're going to push in onto the top side. Rekkles is here, 4 members strong. Kikis pushing into the base. I don't know if they have the wave clear to hold out on this. Rekkles is threatening the engage. No flash available, but the ult is.
And only 2 guys back in base, you know, against super minions. I think they're calling for Kikis to return to make sure they don't actually lose the Nexus right now. Kikis did cancel because rest of Fnatic backed away from the base.
Time for another Kikis special solo Drake. Deficio.
Well, if he goes for it, he might die because all of Fnatic is on the way to that same Drake. They want the 3rd Infernal. Kikis is hiding behind them.
Could they find a fight?
He's not spotted, by the way.
I don't think they should fight this one.
Well, it is Kikis. Decided not to go for it. He's still hiding. Oh, he's finding Broxah.
Broxah. Look at that recall.
He got to interrupt with
last
E.
second. Now moving forward. Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, respect to the guy in the crowd who thought it was like the moment for
Me
Kikis.
too. I appreciate you making the reaction for both of us, though. Yeah, definitely.
To be fair, though, they just forced Fnatic to recall, actually, while Baron is alive. All of Mysterious Monkeys are looking for caps with the wall to stop him from actually entering the pit.
Oh, Weaver's Wall. You may not do any damage, but you are so frustrating to play against. Now they're locked out of the pit, but now they got their sights set on Jesiz. I'm gonna pull back. Oh, so leads to the backside. That's a Cataclysm to keep it started. The charm comes out. So much damage, but the Gargoyle Stormplate is keeping him healthy. Caps is moving in. Rekkles as well. Broxah now leaps into for the follow-up. They're going to try to make it out of safety, but Yuki gets knocked up. The flag and drag finds Purchase, and Kikis is the last man left standing, and he may have 2 lives here, but it's not going to be enough for him. Has to keep the Bloodwell up, and that means he is going to go down. Taken out mid-flight. It's the style finish for Fnatic because they're headed up the mid lane.
But another fight where Caps, you know, starts it all with his wall here, and then he sneaks in behind Mysterious Monkeys. Like, what a performance on this Taliyah once we got out of the early game. We're picking up so many kills and been able to actually set up so many things for Fnatic in this game.
And when we look across the board, very close at many stages of the game, but Fnatic consistently found the openings, consistently found the opportunities, and now they're going to find game 1 here against the Mysterious Monkeys.
And this was a game where there were so many moments during the mid game where the macro decisions maybe weren't there from Mysterious Monkeys, but they were certainly there from Fnatic. They knew how to react against, you know, the all-in comp. But when you run Rakan, Gragas, they both have flash and ulti available. If you can't start a fight on your terms, then something is wrong. Like, something is wrong. There were moments where there was a no-flash Taliyah sitting in the mid lane, just kind of looking at them. Obviously, credit to Jesiz for his great positioning, always being behind Caps, ready to land on him, but you have to be able to do something there as Mysterious Monkeys. It was always Fnatic initiating first, catching Kikis in the side lane.
And you're completely correct. And the thing is that we saw that in team fights, once fights started, Mysterious Monkeys were relatively comfortable. The issue is they never started them on their terms, and as a result, we're always down summoners, we're always down members or health bars or mana or cooldowns. They never went into a fight on even footing, and they never started a fight themselves.
It just feels like every fight was Dreams, with everything ready, would see someone get engaged on from his team, and then he would pop everything to try and save the guy. So it was like almost a defensive Rakan disengage / ulti he ended up using, which is not exactly what you were looking for here. But Fnatic, full credit to him for how they actually played against all disengage.
Definitely. Well, some interesting thoughts there. Let's get some more thoughts from our analyst desk on game 1.
Thank you very much, Drakos. It is indeed an interesting one because Mysterious Monkeys ended up not winning that game, but Fnatic is absolutely on point. And I have the feeling that the Mysterious Monkeys did do more than I expected them to. I feel like they had some alterations. That's exactly what we want to look at with their 2 new members coming in, Kikis and Amazing Stress. What did you observe in terms of change of play style or additions to the team?
So certainly a move towards Kikis going, I'm going to win the game by split pushing, as we saw in the Aatrox pick come out a little bit
The
unorthodox.
Mind Games, a new pick, yeah.
Yeah, and you could see it have its positives and its negatives. And in the first replay that we want to look at, first of all, we want to praise Fnatic for a setup on a play, and then look at the impact from Kikis. So it's going to start paused because we want to set up how Fnatic set up a play with no minion wave. It looks very strange when this Taliyah wall comes out, and as we watch the play unfold, suddenly it becomes a lot more clear because Fnatic have the Rift Herald. They're going to spawn it along in perfect timing throughout the spawn timer and then the cannon wave into the tower in the middle lane. And at this point, Mysterious Monkeys should just be backing away, and that's why as they come forward into a choke point against a Thresh, which is really not something you want to do. Amazing realizes it's a bad thing at the last moment. Look top lane. Look where Kikis is. No TP yet. No TP ward out behind Fnatic. Means that Mysterious Monkeys themselves aren't prepared for the rest of this play. They try and defend a tower and unfortunately give up way more to Fnatic than they should have.
Yeah, not a good move by them there. And then Fnatic, you know that they're so good at that engage, even though a lot of engage can come out of the side of Mysterious Monkeys as well, but when you're in a 5 versus 4, that's not the best thing to do. So this man on your screen, by the way, through the entire game, what a performance. He seemed in the zone on Taliyah, which was one of the reasons probably why it was made so much more difficult for the Mysterious Monkeys heading. But
look at the damage percentage. 4-9. That's
not even a Corki.
Wow, that's the highest I've seen in a bit, and on the Taliyah as well. Interesting to see early on in the laning phase, he actually just perma-pushed the lane and then went to invade the enemy jungle to get vision on where Amazing was, which gave Broxah a lot of freedom on this Kha'Zix. So really impressed by Caps' performance in Game 1.
Yeah, that allowed Broxah to read a lot of the play from Amazing. A little bit more about Caps. Interesting stat, in the last 15 games, he's only given up 3 deaths or less. Long streak for him. In this game, he had given up 3 deaths before 15 minutes while getting that vision. However, turns the game around, 49% of damage, over 1,000 damage per minute. Can't really complain with how his team fighting went.
No, I think his Taliyah was absolutely wonderful. And Henning, the question here kind of is, you know, what have Kikis and Amazing shown? What have they added to the team? And you said that you did see some ideas. It just was a part, kind of hard for them to execute it because Fnatic's so good at what they do. Can you give an example?
Yeah, for sure. We're going to take a look at a replay here because we have a clear game plan behind the draft from the Mysterious Monkeys. It's a 1-4 composition with a lot of good wave clear on the 4 here. So we see Kikis off into a side lane, and then CozQ and Dreams, they have all the potential to catch people out with the Rakan and Syndra. But in the end, this replay just goes to show you that pulling off a split push comp, it's pretty difficult. You have to be so on point across the entire map, and that's exactly what Fnatic is doing, because while they're punishing Mysterious Monkeys here, Rekkles is up in top lane getting farmed and getting the tower. So even though Mysterious Monkeys, they had a good plan, they kind of had some decent execution from time to time, Fnatic is just levels ahead of them.
You got to commend Mysterious Monkeys, as you're talking about the improvements that we saw. Contrast this to the Mysterious Monkeys week 1 to 3, and this already looks like a significant improvement on the team that hadn't picked up a win.
I'd go even further. Contrast this to H2K versus Fnatic 2 days ago.
Ooh, spicy.
No, something to think about, right? And maybe
is.
it's something we can track for Game 2. We'll see what happens. Do you think, you know, Mysterious Monkeys have enough in the tank to make it happen, or it's just too early?
I definitely feel better about Mysterious Monkeys' chances than before the first game, but Fnatic is just better.
Yeah, I was going to hand him just in case you wanted to fall on a sword there and say they come back. No, honestly, great improvements. Still think Fnatic 2-0 though.
I think I agree, but we'll see. We never know. We're going to take a break as the Mysterious Monkeys look to regroup in Game 2. But first, Deficio is going to fill us in on Europe's most powerful pocket pick.
Every single week in the European LCS, somebody asks, why is Rekkles so good on Kennen? The signature pick with the signature item build, Blade of the Ruined King, Hurricane, Frozen Mallet. It has become one of the most respected picks here in Europe. And with it, Fnatic's AD carry, he puts up some absolutely insane numbers, like the KDA of 14. Look at the kill percentage as well when he plays this champion. So with these numbers, he's able to get victories week after week for his team. Today, though, we're going to look at both the pick and the player himself. Because as a champion, Kennen excels at a few things. He's a strong duelist with burst and CC paired with high mobility and chase potential. Kennen also has perfect synergy with Blade of the Ruined King, giving him lifesteal in lane, and this very strong active, which provides extra damage and movement speed, allowing him to stick to these targets in the long lanes. Now, in order to fully understand why Rekkles is so successful with this champion, we have to look at 3 key elements. First of all, the draft. Fnatic has found a clear style that focuses on split pushing and truly unlocks the Kennen pick, because their priority in each role looks like this. Top lane, Shen or Galio, 2 champions with ultimates that can support Rekkles in the side lane. And make sure it's never just a 1v1. In the jungle for Broxah, you have these strong dual lane champions, Elise, Lee Sin, Kha'Zix. These champions often lack some teamfight value, but they of course compensate with fantastic pick potential. In the mid lane for Caps, it's all about wave clear and roaming. You can see Corki in there utilizing his package. You have LeBlanc with teleport as well, and they just excel at this play style. In the support role for Jesiz, CC and roaming power is the name of the game, because Thresh and Camille, they both bring pick potential for Fnatic, and of course they can join Rekkles when he's going for these crazy picks, because also Jesiz really knows where to be on the map to make things happen. Now all 4 of these roles, they synergize with the Kennen pick perfectly, without really relying on late game team fighting to be successful. So with the draft done, it's time for us to look at split pushing. Now, I took a chance to talk to some of the pro players here in the EU LCS about playing against Rekkles specifically. And the one constant is that nobody likes playing against Rekkles in a side lane, because he knows exactly how to read the minion waves and the map, giving him the information he needs to, push or set up a gank. And then you combine that with the perfect synergy between him and sOAZ, and you just get plays like the ones we're seeing on screen right now. Sadly for Fnatic, you can't win every game through just split pushing. Now, we've talked about comps, we've talked about side lanes. It's time to then highlight that last reason for why Rekkles is so successful as Kennen. His team fighting skills. Some used to say he was too passive in the past, but despite his patience in-game, that is really no longer the case. Because most AD carry Kennen players, they try to flash in with Slicing Maelstrom when the fight starts, and they just end up doing no damage. Rekkles, he will stay back, get multiple Hurricane hits off, and then he will wait for that perfect moment to commit the all-in. So in short, the iconic pick here from Fnatic's AD carry relies on a few key things. The fact that Kennen as a champion shines in the mid-game as a split pusher due to his high burst, CC and mobility. Fnatic's understanding of how to draft around the split pushing AD carry. And of course, Rekkles' skill when it comes to reading the map. And finally, his prowess in these team fights, dealing damage from the outskirts and then waiting for the right moment to strike. And while there may be many imitations around the world, it's safe to say that Fnatic's veteran AD carry, he's the one true bot lane Kennen, and the only one allowed to play him in Europe.